This is Hind Haddan, a vice correspondent who does a brilliant job breaking down just the last few years of history between Palestine and Israel. She explains how the siege did not just start a week or two ago. It's been going on for at least 16 years. And as she points out, Israel controls Palestine's airspace. They control the waterways. They control even the roads. The roads there are segregated. Israel has checkpoints. They have trenches that go between roads to stop Palestinians from traveling back and forth. They have walls and fences. They control everything that comes in and out of Gaza and the West Bank, and they have for a very long time. They control what medicine is coming in. And this should be an indicator to people that do not even know anything at all about the situation, about who is at fault here. And it should be an indicator to the trouble and to the problematic issue of Israel having such control over Palestinian lives, Palestinian people. Israel itself is an apartheid state, right? It's segregated completely. But in Gaza, they're controlling what medicine comes in. They're controlling when the internet comes on or off, the power, the water. That should show people who is really in control here. The nuclear and to blame. The nuclear superpower funded by the United States of America, Israel, or the people who have been under siege for 16 years, who do not have sovereignty and freedom over their own lives. Check it out.
The people who live in Gaza have not just experienced a bombardment since the 7th of October. They have been bombed in 2014. They've been bombed in 2017, 2021, 2022. They've been living under a siege for the past 16 years. And what we mean by a siege is that Israel controls the airspace, the waters, the land. They control what goes in and what comes out. So if you are someone who lives in Gaza, you cannot leave that strip. That strip is the size of Greater Glasgow. It's very small. It's one of the most densely populated places on the planet. 2.3 million Palestinians live there. And in order for one person to leave that area the size of Glasgow, they have to ask permission from Israel. And very often Israel says no. In fact, majority of the time Israel says no. Save the Children reported that from January to June this year, 400 Palestinian children who had applied for permits to leave Gaza so that they could get urgent treatment outside of Gaza were rejected. And there are now so many people who are living there, not just the people who are killed or who've been injured by this bombardment. There are people who can't get cancer treatment, who can't leave to get urgent health care. And as a result of the siege that's been taking place for 16 years, they've got high rates of malnutrition. There is some of the highest unemployment rates in the world. 80% of the youth are unemployed there. There are 64% of the entire population are food dependent, so they require food aid from the United Nations. It is a complete disaster. That's not just me saying. Sorry, just one last thing. The United Nations issued 5 UN agencies issued a statement just a couple of days ago, which said that the humanitarian situation in Gaza was desperate before the 7th of October. And now what it is a catastrophe, and the world must do more. That's what the UN said.
So we've seen